not on a school computer, but I am recording. So, nice. All right. So, how far did you all get last time? And it's fine if you didn't get anywhere at all. How far did you guys get last time with the container tutorial thing? How did that go? Didn't get anywhere. Had to install Inventor. Okay, that happens. But you got it installed, which is good, as always. Wait, make sure my thing's working. Beep boop. Wait, hold on. Okay, perfect. My thing is working. And again, feel free to turn your mics on because there are only a couple people in here, or a few people, which means everyone's voice gets heard, which is always fun. Okay, so you guys got Inventor loaded up? I'm going to assume yes. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I'm resetting my.
Tony, you said you're restarting?
I'm resetting.
Wait, I can't. I can like hear like the syllables for some reason. I hear.
Same. You cut out right before. You cut out right before the important part. Sorry,
Yeah.
Riker. You say you're resetting, and then it goes blank.
You can also type in chat if you want. It's just good for me to get feedback because, you know what I'm saying? Because last time I was like, oh, everyone's got it, but not everyone got it, which is cool. But I need to know that not everyone's got it so I can help you get it. And then everyone's happy. Resetting your password. Okay. So should I wait for that? Is that an Inventor thing? Okay, I'm gonna go forward until someone tells me not to go forward, and that usually works every time. Okay, so I guess just Sean and Scarlett will watch and go to her ASL thing whenever that is, which is totally cool. Have fun. Okay, so once you're on Inventor, you can go on if you attach the recording in Discord or Schoology. I can attach the recording in Discord or Schoology. Very cool. All right, so first thing, you're going to hit new up here, or you can hit file and then hit new and then hit new and then hit part, or you can go right here and hit the part button. Many different ways to make a part. I don't know which one should be used. Probably this one because I like how it's kind of like a big part button. Sometimes you might hit a button, oh no, where did my part button go? I actually have no idea where it went, but you can still hit file new and then it works out. So hit file new part and that'll create, wait for it. Sometimes it takes a minute. It crashed. Oh. Aha. Always works eventually. A lot of loading for an empty canvas, by the way. Okay, now we have our new part, which is amazing. Was everyone able to get that new part done all right?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, cool. So I'm sure you guys have seen what the final product looks like. It's just a very I mean, it's like three things put together. It's a very basic thing. But first thing we're going to want to do is create a large rectangular prism. So you'll notice that there is nothing on our screen. I can hit the home button and I'm just staring into the void. It's very lonely. But what we can do is up here in the top left, there's this little button that says 2D sketch parentheses S. Well, you can hit this button, or you can just hit S on the keyboard, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit S once. Boom. We've created a 2D sketch. I can zoom in and out of this. I can hit this little button right here. It's got some controls. I can hit the orbit tool to orbit around. And I've got planes. 3 planes. 1 for each dimension, I think. And it doesn't really matter which one I hit. Yeah, it really doesn't. But, I mean, it does, but it doesn't. And I don't want to explain that. So just hit one of them. Now, I hit the XZ plane. And now, I'm like, it's like I'm staring bird's eye view down at the XZ plane. So I'm going to go up here. There are a bunch of tabs: 3D model, sketch, annotate, inspect, tools, sketch. You're going to go to the sketch tab. That's the blue one. It's highlighted in blue because we're currently sketching. And when we're sketching, it highlights the sketch tab in blue, which is very handy. Microsoft Word doesn't even do that. That's crazy. So you're going to hit sketch, and then there are a few options here. You can make a line, could make a circle, could make an arc, or you can make a rectangle. And we are going to make, actually we're making a square, but it's like rectangle, right? So it's like, so hit rectangle. Oh, actually we are creating a rectangle. I'm just kidding. Hit rectangle. A few ways we could do this. And now,
Does a 2-point rectangle work, or does it matter what kind of rectangle?
Good.
Because there's a bunch of different versions.
Yes, good question. Now, for this project, we could use any of these rectangles, all right? Because what we're doing is we just need a rectangle that's going to be 12 by 4 inches. Now, there are a lot of different ways we could do this, but for this project, let's just select the 2-point rectangle, because I think that'll be easiest. And we're just going to put 2 points down randomly. Yeah, let's just put 2 points down randomly. Now we have two random points down. Now we've got this little thing. Well, now we've made a little rectangle, but it's not the right dimensions, right? So what we're going to do is on the same sketch tab, we're going to pop over to this little button that says dimension, and we're going to click it. So click that little button that says dimension. Now, if you highlight over the edges of this rectangle, you can kind of highlight it in green, which is exciting. And the dimensions of this rectangle, we want it to be 12 by 4 inches. All right, so we want it to be 12 by 4 inches. It doesn't really matter which size 12 and which size 4, because it'll be symmetrical in the end, so it doesn't really matter. But let's make this length 12 inches. So I'm going to select, it was highlighted in green, and I clicked it, and now I kind of see this little arrow thing moved around like a conveyor belt type thing. And I'm just going to click down. Let's click down. And then I'm going to enter the number 12. Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't have numlock on, so when I hit 12, it messed with me. Now, default is inches, but if you want good measure, you can hit 12 and then space IN. Very exciting. And then you're going to hit this green check mark. Not this green check mark, but this smaller green check mark. Rookie mistake right there is hitting the big green check mark. Now we can see that this dimension is 12 inches across the rectangle. But this dimension, what's this? From the top to the bottom of the rectangle? Well, we want that to be 4 inches, because that's the number that was decided. So we want it to be 4 inches. I'm going to hit the 4 on my numpad, and I'm going to hit this green check box, but it's the small green check mark. So I'm going to click that, and bam, now I have a rectangle that is 12 by 4 inches. Very exciting. Note, let's say I don't want it to be 12 anymore. I want it to be 13. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hit the dimension button, click on the 12, and I'm going to change it to 13. And bam, just like that, it changes to 13. Don't actually do that though, because we want it to be 12. And now I have sketched out a 12 by 4 inch rectangle. I'm going to hit finish sketch right there.
Quick question,
Yes,
sorry.
please.
Does it matter that my rectangle is not centered at all? Like, it's not even on the x-axis right now. Is that
That is, so I have to go. All right, have fun, Scarlett. Thank you for showing up, even for the limited time you
All right,
did.
see you, Scarlett.
Enjoy your winter break. Oh, it doesn't matter. No, it does not. But I will show you in the top right here. You have this little cube thing, right? Well, if you hit the
I can use it.
if you hit the home button, it shows you a 3D view, so the rectangle is going to be kind of slanted. But if you hit the top button or the front button, or depending on what plane, this is where the plane actually matters. But like I said, it doesn't matter, but it kind of does. So you can hit the top button right there, and bam. Now you're looking at the top view. Or maybe you don't want to look at the top view. Maybe you want to look at the side view. Hit the left. And then, okay, obviously, right? So it's actually kind of cool. So, but I'm just going to hit the home button real quick. And you can reset the home button too. I'm pretty sure you can drag it and then reset where the home is. It's very cool. But Now we have our little sketch done. Hope yours looks like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit this extrude button. Or we can press E on our keyboards. Many different ways. But I'm going to hit this extrude button. Boom. And then right here where it says distance A, well, we want it to be a 12 by 4 by 4 rectangular prism. We already have the 12 by 4 sketch. So now we just need to make it 4 inches thick. Right? That would make sense, logical sense. So I'm going to change that 1 into a 4, hit OK, and boom. I now have
Beautiful.
a 12 by 4 by 4. Thank you. Thank you. Rectangular prism. Very exciting. Now,
It,
we're not done yet. Because we're not just making a rectangular prism. We're making a hollow rectangular prism, which means there needs to be a hole going through this thing. So I'm going to make another sketch. I made one sketch to create the create this block, and then it's another stretch
I'm gonna join group
to
two,
cut
group
into it,
one,
if that
where
makes
we're being
sense.
somewhat apart. You can-
So I'm going to hit start 2D sketch here, and then
yeah,
I could select. Could this work on? This actually could work on any of the planes, but it's easiest to hit it on this one. All right,
okay.
and oh, interesting. Huh. Okay, cool. So we're gonna hit the little rectangle tool up here again. By the way, if I ever get, it's literally, it's you and Tony right now. So if either of you guys fall behind, like, please just let me know and we can, no big deal. But I want to hit.
Somehow my Autodesk is like having trouble with me signing in. So I'm actually recording this whole thing from school computers. That way, once I get Autodesk all square, I'm gonna rewatch this recording so that way I can like over winter break so I can get all caught up and everything.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good too. I just want you guys to know I'm recording this with OBS right now. So I'm just gonna. I guess I'll just put this in the Discord, whatever. When we're done, I just thought I'd let you guys know that.
Yeah, no, I'm good as well. I'm caught up with you completely.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna hit this rectangle button over here, and then we're just gonna put 2 points down on our plane here. It doesn't really matter where they are. We just need to make it a little rectangle, right? So put our points down. Then we're going to go over to the dimension button. I'll give you a minute to get that dimension button up. Go ahead, get that dimension button up. 2 inches. But oh, excuse me. I can show you 1 inch from sides. 2 by 2. Okay, yeah. So we're going to hit the dimension button. And now we want this to be a 2 by 2 square. So we're going to select one end, make it 2 inches. And then we're going to select another 2 ends. Just kidding. Selected the wrong one. And then we're going to select a different 2 ends and make it 2 inches. And now we have a 2 by 2 square. I'll give you a few seconds. Just let me know once you got that.
I got it.
Nice. And now you'll notice, okay, great, we got this square here, but it's not centered. Well, here's how we center it. Notice how earlier we selected this end and this end to get 2 inches. Now we're going to select this end here and this end, and we're going to make it 1 inch from each side. So just enter a 1 there, and then we're going to do the same thing on the left side. Just enter a 1 there, and bam, we have now kind of constrained and measured out and inserted the dimensions for a 2 by 2 square to be centered in this block. In fact, I'm willing to bet, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, whatever. We won't worry about that. There was an easier way to do that, which, don't worry, I'm a professional, guys. Don't even worry about it. All right, and then once you got that, just hit Finish Sketch. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hit this. We want to make a hollow prism, right? So we've made the sketch of like where the hole is going to be. It's not really a hole. I mean, it is a hole, but it's like a square hole. So we're going to hit the extrude button here. And then notice how, a little like kind of hologram type thing pops up showing us where our extrusion might go. Well, we don't want it to be look like that. We want it to look, oh no, I messed it up. Okay. Be careful when you're dragging it. We don't want it to look like that, do we? We want it to really look more holy
On the
on the
inside.
inside. So where it says behavior, go to direction and then select flipped. So now it's a nice hole, but it's not going through all the way. Well, we're going to hit this button here that says through all. And boom. Now, if we rotate it around, you can kind of see, oh look, it does go through the entirety of the prism, which is great. That's what we want. So you're just going to hit OK, and then bam, you now have a whole extrusion. I'll give you a quick second to do that, and just let me know once you got it.
I got it. I got
Okay,
it. I'm good.
cool. And now we have one last thing for this prism before we can move on to the next one. The next prism's slightly easier. We need to put a circular hole through the prism. Well, so far, this prism is it's symmetrical, right? So it doesn't really matter. We want this hole. We want this hole to have a 1-inch diameter, and it has to be 2 inches. Oh yes, and the center of the hole has to be 2 inches from each side. Okay. So, or I say each side, 2 inches from the bottom side and 2 inches from one of the sides. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Start 2D Sketch. Or actually, what you can do is you can just go to Sketch and hit the circle button, and then select one of the sides. Again, it is a rectangular prism, so it doesn't really matter which side you select because it's all, many lines of symmetry up to this point, right? And then once you got that circle sketch going, you're going to select down somewhere, and then you can see you can drag it out to make whatever diameter you want. Well, we know what diameter we want. We want it to have a 1-inch diameter. So instead of making a dimension later, we're just going to enter the number 1 right here without pressing down. And bam. And if you accidentally press down, you can just go over to hit dimension, select the little line, and change it at any time, of course. But this this circle is not exactly 2 inches from each side like we want it to be. So we're going to go to dimension. We're going to select the middle of the circle because we want the middle of the circle to be 2 inches from each side, right? Not the edge of the circle. That'd be some interesting geometry you'd have to do. Select the midpoint or the center of the circle and select the outer edge. And look at that. That one actually is exactly 2 inches. Do it again for the other edge. You can see it's 0.85 inches. We want it to be 2. So I'm just going to enter the number 2 here. And then I'm going to hit Finish Sketch. And look at that. Now we have a little drawing of a circle. Very cool. And then we're going to go to the 3D model. Same deal. We're going to hit Extrude. And, oh, it's going the wrong way. We want it to flip. We want to flip it and then hit Through All. And then hit OK. And look at that. We have a little circle going for us. Did you get that so far?
Just about. I kind of mixed the extrude part. Like, how do I select the circle and then
Oh yeah, no worries.
I'm in.
No worries at all.
So do I go back to file? Sorry, I'm kind of.
No, you're totally good. So let me ask you: have you gotten how's your circle sketch going? Did you get the circle sketch down?
Yeah, my circle's good. It's 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the side, and it's 1 inch diameter.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. And then on the left here, have you created an extrusion and it didn't work, or have you not created the extrusion yet?
Oh, I just figured it out. I was under sketch. I got to go to 3D model. Do I select the circle and then click extrude?
Yes. Yes. That is exactly how you do it. Okay.
And then I click flip and flip through all. Right?
Yep, flip and then hit Through All and then just hit OK.
Okay, yeah, I'm good now.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. And again, if you ever need to modify it, you can see I am not a true professional because I am not renaming every extrusion that I do. If I did, I can call this, you know, big block. I can rename my extrusions in the File Explorer menu. But if you ever make a mistake, you're like, oh, I want to edit that extrusion. A few ways you could do it. One of the easier ways, well, one of the way I would do is I would try to find the extrusion here and then hit this button that says Edit Extrude. That works. See, menu pops up. Or you can go to the File Explorer, right click on the little thing that says Extrusion 3, and then you can hit Edit Feature, because extrusions are features in this program. And that's just what they call them. And then you can kind of hit that if you ever need to modify it at any point. But now that we got that, our part 1, this little block, is complete. So we're going to hit, what are we going to hit? Control S is what I like to do. Somehow it's very, okay, third time's the charm. And I'm just going to
What are
call
we
it,
saving it as?
you know, it doesn't really matter. I mean, for this project, it is good to have naming schemes though. So I would call it Big Block 1. Or maybe just Big Block.
Cool.
I'll just call it Big Block. It doesn't really, you know, we don't have a naming scheme for this project, but if we did, I'd probably call it.
It's kind of a stupid question.
Yes, ask
Sorry,
away,
but
please.
I remember I know the third extrusion is a circle extrusion. I just like having things labeled because then like when I come back I know exactly what is what.
Okay.
So the second extrusion was the second extrusion
The
was the
square hole.
rectangle,
The
the square hole. Then what was the first extrusion?
The first extrusion was creating the block itself, actually.
Oh wait, so it's an extrusion itself, like just calling it.
Yes, it is called extrusion because the way we made this block, there wasn't a 3D model. Oh, create a block with this dimensions. No, what we had to do was, remember, we made a sketch of a rectangle and then we extruded that sketch. We made a 12 by 4 inch sketch, right? So we drew that out, and then we hit extrude and then extruded that 12 by 4 inch sketch out by 4 inches. So it became a 3D object, a 3D rectangular prism with the dimensions 12 by 4 by 4 inches. Does that kind of make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And
That does make sense.
you can see here, because of the way I did my extrusions, if I go to Edit Big Block and I hit Edit Extrude, I can change this from 4 inches. I could change this to 25 inches right here. Boom, look at that. And better yet, my extrusions here, the hole would remain here, and so does the circle, kind of. So it's kind of a neat thing. And see, this is where it does matter what plane you use it on. If you intend or you want to be able to move these objects around, I'm sorry, if you want to extrude it after the fact or something, you know, the relationships of where each sketch is placed does matter. Based on where the plane is. I don't know if I'm confusing you, but I've never had to do that for robotics. I'm sure someone has, but for robotics, I mean, this is honestly, I don't even, for robotics, we don't typically have to modify stuff in that manner, I guess, if that makes sense. So I don't know, just something kind of neat. You know, there's a lot to this program. We're only scratching the surface, of course. Okay, on to the next part. File, new part. Boom, new part. Now, the part is going to be a smaller rectangular prism, which is very exciting. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that feedback. That's very cool. We're going to create a smaller. Oh, and Otto's joined us. Look at that. Otto, I'm going 3 for 3.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
an expert at this now. It's crazy. Okay. 3D model. Oh, no, not 3D model. Sketch. And the dimensions of this sketch are going to be, what are they going to be? 14 by 2 inches. Because the goal is we want this block, this smaller block, to fit in this bigger block. And I will change the color of this bigger block. You don't have to. But I will change the color of it to gold so I can refer to it as the gold. Oh my goodness, that is disgusting. Okay, whatever. This orange block. Oh, shiny. Look at that. That's my 1070 working hard right there. Put that lighting on there. That's kind of nice. Okay. Right, the goal is to make this smaller block fit in this orange gold-ish block. So we are going to make a 2x2 rectangle, or maybe it's a 2x2 circle. I don't really know. But I'm just going to go up to sketch, hit that rectangle button again, and then I'm going to hit on the XZ plane. All right, and now a very familiar screen. I've seen this many times, many a time. Going to select just one point and kind of drag it out. And I know it's got to be 2x2. I could hit left click again and then edit dimensions after the fact. But it's actually easier if I just drag it out, kind of. Insert a 2, because you'll notice one of my 2 dimensions are already highlighted. Just input a 2, press the tab button, and then enter another 2, hit enter, zoom out a little, and boom, I've got my square right here. I'll give you a quick second to do that before I extrude it. Script to sketch rectangle. I like to use the tab button.
I did something.
What's up?
Give me like 1 second. I don't know what I just did, and I'm just trying to get out of there.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know exactly what happened, but up here sometimes there's a return button. If you spam return, eventually it will take you back to where you want to be.
Yeah, so wait, this is some another stupid question, but how do you do the dimension? Do you just do dimensions for the size of the 2x2?
So what I did for the 2x2 was, instead of doing dimensions, what I actually did was I placed one little point down, and then I didn't place the other point down. Instead, I just inserted. You'll notice how this little thing, it says 1.380 inches. It's already highlighted. So what I did was I just hit 2 on my keyboard for 2 inches, and then there's a little 2 there, and then I hit tab. I hit the tab button, and that switches to the other dimension, and I hit 2 there, and then I hit enter, and that worked for me.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that works. Thank you.
I was just showing you a different way you can create a rectangular sketch, because there are many ways, many ways that you can do this. My mom is calling me. Let me politely tell her to call me later. Hold on. Give me a quick second. I'm in a club right now. Can you please call me in a second, in a minute, please? Por favor. All right. She took that surprisingly well. Okay, so we're going to hit finish sketch right here. Oh, my bad. All right, she took that surprisingly well. Very cool. I forgot to mute OBS, but whatever. I'm not going to re-render this entire thing just to cut that out. Whatever. Okay. So now we have a little sketch here. We're going to go over to the 3D model tab and hit extrude. Or maybe we'll hit coil. No, we're not going to hit coil. We're going to hit extrude. Haha. Okay. And then hit the home button. And we want it to be a 2x2 by 14 inch rectangular prism. So where it says 1, I'm going to change that to 14. And then hit OK. And look at that. Now I have... If you don't see the top, it kind of looks like... what is that monolith thing called in DC? The Washington Monument. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. But then illusion is ruined as soon as you look at the top. Oh well. Okay.
Riker, it kind of looks like the Washington Monument, but with the top cut off.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it, but whatever you say. All right. So now we've got this cool looking rectangular prism. But diamond plate. Oh, it doesn't look like diamond. Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked. Industrial floor. Huh. Oh, now it looks like the Washington Monument. No, not really.
You have to do the glossy gold.
Wait, jeez, it's like glossy and
really
it's like
bright.
glossy and everything. Oh my goodness, dude, I think my 1070 is heating up, guys. I might need to overclock a little bit. Okay. Oh, and then like the rewind like scuffed. Okay, so but we need to put a hole in it, right? Because there's a hole in this one. And this one wants to be like this one, so we need to put a hole in it, which means we are going to hit the sketch button once again. The sketch button, select a side, select a random point. Enjoy your break, Sasha. I'll see you in the new year. All right. I'm sure she said it back in her head. And we're going to select a random point, and we're going to make it 1 inch. So just going to hit the little 1. Yes.
There we go. I'm good. Yeah, I
Nice.
just did something stupid.
And then same thing. We want it to be 1 inch from this side, right? Because we want it to be centered. So that's 1 inch from that side. Boom. And then 1 inch or 2 inches from the bottom. Yes, 2 inches from the bottom, right? So we're going to hit 2 inches from the bottom. And bam, would you look at that? Then we're going to hit finish sketch. Same drill. We've done this a bunch of times. We're going to hit 3D model, extrude. Oh, that looks not like the Washington Monument. And then we're going to hit flipped. And then you're going to hit OK. And bam, now we have a hole.
Sorry, real quick, was it 2 inches from the bottom?
Yes, it was 2 inches.
Was it 2
2
inches
inches from the bottom? And I'll give you a quick second to get that together. And after that, I'm just going to hit.
Yeah, so I have the measurements. Do I extrude now through them?
Yep. You just go ahead, hit the extrude button, and then select the circle sketch that you just made, and then you know the drill. Flip it if you need to through all that kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
Nice. And then just hit Control S, and then I'm gonna call this. I don't know. Is this a bigger block or smaller block? Because it's thinner, but it's also longer.
Taller block.
Taller block. That is true. It is a taller block. Unless, I don't know. It actually depends on what plane you chose. Because technically, if you chose some of the planes, it'll be horizontal.
Yeah, that works for
So I don't know. I don't know.
Washington Monument block.
Oh, true. Okay, then hit File, New, Part. And now this is my favorite part. It's not. I don't enjoy any of this. Okay, you're going to hit Sketch, and then you're going to hit Circle. I'll give you a quick second to catch up there. Sketch and Circle.
Yeah, no, I'm caught up.
Nice.
On the XZ plane?
Actually, well, it depends on what planes you've chosen earlier. But we'll rotate it, so who even cares? I don't even know. I've honestly forgotten. And then we're just going to drag the circle out. I'm sorry. Hit circle up here, and then drag it out to be about 1 inch, I think. And bam, now we have a 1 inch circle. And I'm going to hit finish sketch. And now I'm going to hit extrude. And I'm going to extrude it 9 inches. 9 inches. How did we get? Who chose that number? I actually chose that number. It's kind of funny. Okay, 9 inches, and then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change it to indoor pool. That's kind of cool. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Control S. That's it. That's the whole thing. And I'm going to call it Cylind because I don't want to misspell cylinder on camera. So I'll just call it Cylind and call it a day. And then I'm going to hit New. And I'm going to tap on that assembly button. This is uncharted territory because before we've been creating parts and now we're creating an assembly. All right, see you later, man. Have a good one. All right, and now I'm going to hit this place button. As you can see, the example they have for the place button is much more advanced than what I've got for us, but no less important, of course. So I'm going to hit that place button. Go to wherever I saved my files. Just going to highlight all 3 files that I want to be in there, which is all 3 of them. And then I'm going to select Open. Huh, that's interesting.
Mine looks really weird. Oh, never mind, not that weird.
Then,
we just added the front view.
Oh yeah, and then just going to tap once. If you tap multiple times, it will add many of them, but you don't want to add many of them. You just want to add one of them. Okay, wait, this is
Oh, yeah.
bothering me. Uh, where is... This is very important. I need to turn my shaders on. This is so sad. Wait, this is actually so sad. I'm upset. I'm very upset. Shaders? Okay, if I can't get it in the next 10 seconds, I'll give up. Okay, I'll look it up later. Man. No, I'm looking it up now. I said 10 seconds, I lied. Inventor, how to
No,
turn
you're
on...
good. Take your time. I have time. I'm fine. We're
Alright,
good.
thank you. Because you know the shaders are very important to this. Rendering a light.
Mm.
Alright, I'm not gonna get it. Okay, whatever. Well, now we need to put these parts together, right? So, how are we gonna do it? Well, what we're gonna do is, first up, let's put this smaller block in the bigger block, or the taller block in the bigger block, right? So, we're gonna hit this constrain button. And we're gonna hit flush. And this is one of those things, I feel like it's better...
Wait, sorry. Quick
Yeah.
question. How do I created one, but now there's like an icon for me like to create another one. Like if I click, it's gonna create
so-
another set of the cylinder.
Yes, I actually, when I first started Inventor, this was one of the things where like I looked it up and you just can't find anything because it's like it's like one of those things that like apparently is too easy for the advanced guys or something. I don't know, but you're gonna right click, and then on the left, I think directly to the left of your cursor, there should be a cancel button, and then just hit cancel.
Oh yeah. So just like escape next time.
Oh,
Yeah.
escape works too, of course. Okay, yeah. So there's yeah. Yeah, I remember like looking that one up and then I couldn't find anything and I was like, wow, you guys are not helpful. Okay, so you're going to hit constrain, and this is one of those things, I'm just going to show you how to do it rather than tell you, Yeah, I'm just going to show you how to do it because I feel like it's easier than explaining it, and it's pretty intuitive. Hit the constrain button, or under the assemble tab, hit the constrain button. And there's two solutions, flush and mate. You're going to hit flush. And then, this is where you have to be careful. Select this little square, the 2x2 square, or the 1x1? I think it's 1x1, 2x2. Oh no, 2x2. 2x2 square that is closest to the circle. So that would be this one.
Okay, this is the taller block
This
one,
is the
right?
taller block, yes. So select the 2x2 square that's closest to the circle. Select it. It'll be highlighted in blue. Don't click anything else, or else it might get messed up. And then select the outer lines, the rim of this orange block that is closest to that circle. So select that. And then hit apply. Now, it's flushed. It actually is flush, but it's not completely lined up. And you're probably wondering why. Well, because these are three-dimensional objects, and we've only constrained one of the three dimensions. Is that we constrained the z on the z-axis? I guess we constrained it. That I'm just going to complicate it. Okay, so we need to constrain it 2 more times, right? Because it can still move around. It can still move around a bit. We don't want it to be able to move around. So we're going to hit constrain again. This time we're going to hit the mate. The mate, as you can see, kind of like your clans clasped together. It mates two things as if they were touching one another, just like that, right? So you're gonna hit the...
Wait, what do I select? What do I select for the second constraint? The same things, the same two.
I'm doing the second constraint right now, actually.
Yeah, I know, but I did the first constraint. They're flush right now, and they're in the same thing when you're moving down, same exact thing. But for the second constraint, what two sides do I select?
So if they're already, like you're saying, you constrain it and they're already like in the same, like it's already in the hole.
No, they're not in the hole. It's like, sorry, I'm doing it on a separate computer because
Yeah, no worries.
apparently
no worries.
Inventor is not allowed on the school computers.
It probably doesn't run very well on them. Yeah.
Yeah, so it can't go inside of it, but like they're right now, they like one can move around. They're just not like they're going flush to each other, but one is not going within the other. Does that make sense?
I know what you mean. So they're not completely, they're flush with each other on one axis, but they can still kind of move around separate of each other, right? So
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Like what I have here, kind of.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit constrain again, and then you're going to hit the mate button. hit this mate button, and then
Yep.
select the side that the circle is on. All right, so select the side.
Yep.
Don't select the circle, or I guess you probably could select the circle. It might. That actually might work. Wait, does that work? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Okay. So yeah, select the side that the circle's on, and then you're going to be tempted to select this side as well. But if I select this side, then they're on top of each other like that. That's not what we want. What we want is to select the side with the circle on it, and then use your little rotate tool. So you're going to click over here to your little navigation wheels, and then hit center to center it, and then orbit around so you can see the other side. And that takes maybe a little bit of practice, but just orbit around so you can see the other side. And then you're going to click on this face right here. So you're going to click on this face of the orange block right here, and you'll see, wow, look at that. It's already constrained all for us. Well, they like you to think that, but when you try to move it, it's actually not. And I'll give you a quick second to get that dimension.
Oh wait, I think I made a mistake.
No worries.
My circles are not on the same, like, you know what I mean, where the Washington Monument block, the circles are facing like the places where the circles aren't.
Okay,
facing. Like,
no worries. So what you're going to want to do is go to so you can go to either the taller block or the big block in your little Explorer model menu over here, and then find the one that says mate, or it should be the one that says mate. Right click it and then just hit delete, and then just delete the constraint, and then it's gone. It's like you never did it. You can also control Z, but sometimes when you control Z, it's not quite clear where exactly you made it. So just hit that button, and then you're going to go over to this constrain relationship thing here, and then you're going to hit solution mate, and then, like I said, select the side that has the circle on it. And then over here, what you probably did was you probably selected one of these, or you probably selected maybe this side that doesn't have the circle on it. You're going to want to make sure that you're selecting the side that has the circle on it, and you'll know you're selecting the side with the circle on it because it will have the little green outline of the sketch. So just tap that and then hit apply, and then we should be good there.
yeah.
Let me know if that works.
Okay. I believe it worked. Yes.
Nice.
It's like weird, but it doesn't look smooth, but it worked.
It
Yeah.
probably won't look smooth until you do the last one, although I'm not sure what not look smooth means. But we'll do the last constraint and we'll see if it works for you. So last constraint, just hit constraint again, and then hit mate. And then you're going to hit the side of the block that doesn't have a circle on it, so this side of the block. And then you might be tempted to say, okay, I've hit that side. Let me just hit the closest one on the gold orange block. I'll just hit it right here, right? And that'll be good. No, don't hit it right there, because like I said, when you're mating something, you have to imagine like you're putting glue on it and you're gluing two sides together. Well, there's already glue on this side with the circle and this side with the circle. So what you have to do is you actually have to constrain.
Oh wait, I already did that. Sorry, I think I'm one. Yeah, I already did that. I'm on the circle is within the other circle. The rectangle is within the other rectangle prism. Like the small
Okay.
blocks within the big block. And
Okay, if you move, select, okay, so X out of all the constraint tools, and then try to move this block around. Try to move this little Washington Monument block around. Can you move it around outside of the rectangular prism?
Oh yes, I can. I
Okay.
can.
So what happened was you constrained it, and then it looks like it's in the block, kind of like this, right? It looks like it's in the block. Oh, it's in there. Yeah, it's good. But then when you try to move it
Yeah.
around, it reveals that it's still unconstrained in some areas. So what you want to go on and do is what I was just doing. Move the block out first so you can actually access it, actually modify it. Hit this constrain button, hit mate, and select those two sides.
Oh yeah, sorry about
No,
that.
you're totally good, man. You're totally fine. And let me know if that works for you.
This computer's a little janky, so it's gonna take a second. Select orbit. Okay, nice. It works. Yeah, it's in within
Okay,
it.
perfect. And then what we're going to do is now this little Empire State, not Empire State, this little Washington Monument building, and the orange block is good. So we've got to put this cylinder in. So you're going to zoom out a little bit, hit this insert button. I'm sorry, hit the constrain tool here, and then we had this little thing that was mate, and then sometimes we can change mate to flush, but I guess it's still called mate. But instead we're going to go over to this one that says insert, and it's a little, it looks like something being inserted. So you're going to hit the insert.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter if we use opposed or align because we're going to have to change it later. And then just select any side of the block of the cylinder where it has this little line running through it. And then do the same thing for this block where you're just going to tap it like that. And then go ahead. Why don't we hit apply? Let's hit apply. Now, that should have placed this cylinder kind of right offset of this block right here. Well, we actually want the cylinder to be a little bit further into the block, not just I'll be back, not just off to the side like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the little Explorer menu here, hit on the cylinder item, and then where it says insert, just tap the insert tool, and you'll see here it says 0.000 inches. That is our offset from where we originally placed it. Now, we actually want our offset.
I can't edit the file explorer for some reason. Like, do I? Oh, I have to click plus.
Yes,
or
you have to click the plus
insert.
button.
Okay, and then I'm on insert one. How do I?
So tap
can't.
on insert one.
Yep. That doesn't seem to
Okay.
work. It's like.
Are you in any other menus right now? Are you in the constrain menu right now or anything? If you go up here to the kind of top right-ish corner or the top center corner of your screen, is there a return button?
Yeah, I exited that. So now I'm under cylinder one, and there's origin. Do I click plus for origin?
No. Just hit the.
Do I go on?
Is there a little thing that says insert?
Oh no, I'm so dumb. I didn't apply, so just put the thing back. Give me like 10 seconds. I'll get it
Okay,
back
no
in there.
worries. Yeah, you can just do that. There are a few ways we can be doing this part. Of course, you could also offset it from the constraint menu as well. And let me know once you got that.
It doesn't Does it matter if this time it's not going all the way through? Like it's going
That's why we're
like
doing
the
the offset. So don't worry about that.
no, like even one edge is not going all the way through. Like it's
Like the way mine is. Mine doesn't have one end going through. Mine's just a line kind of on the side here.
oh, okay. Yeah, then we're cool. Yeah, I'm ready. So
Okay.
insert one. I'm on insert one.
So hit insert one and then just tap it. And make sure, of course, there are a lot of, well, there's only one insert one actually. So you're going to go over here and you're going to hit, you see where it says 0.000? That is the offset of where one face of your cylinder, the side you selected, is to the side that you chose to insert it on. So if, for example, I hit offset 1 inch, it now goes 1 inch further out. If I hit 3 inches, it goes 3 inches further out. Well, what I actually want to do is I want to hit probably negative 3 inches, just kind of see what that looks like. We could math it out, but I don't really feel like doing that. And, just kind of play around with it. Maybe I'll try negative 5 inches. Negative 5. What if I did negative 5.25? There we go, negative 5.25, 5¼ inches. Seems to look pretty good to me. So I'm just going to use that number, hit Control S, third time's the charm, assembly 1, save. And then there's this little pop-up. I'm just going to say yes to all. And there we have it. That's the whole thing. Let me know if you were able to get that. Were you?
I was able to get
Okay, nice. Great.
it for me.
Well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for sticking with it. Next time,
Thank you
maybe we'll
for
be doing
your
something more exciting. No, of course, anytime. Okay, cool. Third time's the charm. Excellent.
I'll see you. Thank you.
No problem, man. You have a good one. Enjoy your break.
You too.
Nice webcam.
Well, that's fun.
Finally got a
Yes,
new
I did get a
webcam.
webcam.